still here in Daytona. This is some kind of a little bit for a monstrosity, but the year 2012 is absolutely always there. That before, but there is no Chevys for this time. It won't be gonna be available soon. But for the meantime, that was absolutely gonna be doing for a lots of 10 laps before. And this game is titled NASCAR Daytona 2012 Car of Tomorrow. As we're gonna be doing like else, we have something for a Ford cars, and such as the Ford Fusion, and another one is Toyota Camry, which is weird, and Dodge Challenger. But all Ford cars were exactly missing. There is one missing, but there is no Chevy, by the way. As we're gonna be using for a Dodge Challenger as well, I'm gonna be using for Toyota Camry, as which just means I'm gonna be using for the Ford Fusion as well, as we're using for some kind of for a reliable stuff as well. As you can see, to drive these cars as really fast as 200 miles per hour, as we're gonna be doing for starting against literally right now before the sun goes down. It does not comply that the sun will went down. If I jump inside of this vehicle, then it sounds like for a one stop like this one and a loud screeches, but the long for this one and the stock car sounds like in NASCAR Heat 3 or NASCAR Heat 2. This is some kind of a little bit moments, some kind of a weirdest, some kind of sounds as well. Sounds like a real stock car for some kind of a 1980s NASCAR vehicles as well. But unfortunately, we're going to be speeding throughout for 119 miles an hour, same as the game before for a car of Tommorow racing and other kinds of variations of car of tomorrow next generation for this one entitled game of this one. As we're going to be completing amounts of laps around this one, we have 3 cars to choose that we're going to be speeding on to 190 miles an hour. That is most likely even a little bit faster, as you even know it. Now we're starting in lap number 1, as we're going to be doing for cinematic mode, as by using a Ford Fusion for a little bit this one, as we're going to be speaking throughout for a downhill side that we're going to be heading down, as whatever it is, that it should be going to be heading around here, and because of doing something kind of extremely lag whatsoever, as we're going to be doing for a little bit of stuff, as in 2012 of humor that we're going to be hitting around for 190, that we're going to be speeding around through for a top speed humor for this one, as we're going to be doing to get down to inside lane instead of the outside lane does not work for our drafting system. In our drafting system that we're going to be doing for a top speed of a 200 miles per hour, that we're going to be speeding anyways, that it should be going to be unable to speed it was. So the lap time has counted for a lap number 1, as we're going to be speeding around and not spending around time here in the sun as well. So as we're going to be doing for a afternoon session, the sun won't able to come down. Instead, it was the afternoon session that we're going to be really to do this right now, as we're speeding around through it and speeding along with our lap times and ourselves. And if you're going to be seeing for a few results for Daytona lap times as well, I make sure that we're going to be doing for a lap times and testing some vehicle prototypes as well. So if we're going to be testing for a few Fusion for prototypes, by using for a car of tomorrow prototype as well, by using for a late model is a super late model prototype as well. So inside of lap number 3 that we're going to be hitting around for through like this, at least this is not going to be doing for a such as ready right now, as it's going to be doing for a little bit going down on the side. I'm not going to be telling how this is going to be a little bit for works as well, as we're going to be speeding around for 190, and this is absolutely going to be a little bit found as we're speeding around for a 200 miles per hour, as nothing belong as well. We're going to be doing for a lot of miles per hour for 200 miles an hour, because of car of tomorrow just going to be ruined itself. But absolutely it's not a little bit ruined, but this car is a modernized vehicle within for a 2010s seasons as well. Before the next generation, it comes to generation 6. This one absolutely going to be taking for a first generation for just a little bit for once as well. and it's not going to be a generation for world-class generations as well. Even for the first generations of Formula 1 cars was absolutely starting in 1950, but the year 2021, but the year for 1950 to 2008 was absolutely kind of just unfundable. But the next generation, but the first generation has came back in 2022. This is absolutely going to be fun, as we're going to be doing for more things as well, possibly in lap number 4. As we're going to be heading throughout for the lap number 5, which is going to be something a little bit higher for a top speed, as we're going to be hitting through this out until we're going to be staying on low, until we're hitting to our lap number 6. That is absolutely very gone too far as well, as we're taking away for more and more laps. As we're seeing around the sun here, this should be going to be a little bit for talking about this later. As we're going to be doing for a amount of stuff, an amount of laps, we're going to be doing a lot of C like these things, and across the yellow lane itself. We have not good job for at least at all, because I have for a 3 seconds to 5 seconds of penalty, which is a top speed and lower amount of some kind of penalty lines for a penalty system. Looks like we absolutely having for a little bit trouble with some kind of internet connection. We have something a little bit of trouble about for driving safely and responsibly. That should be able to give ourselves for a top speed humor and hit the wall for the first time, and unable to handle and steering and move around this whole lap time as well. Lap time and lap number 5 has been failed seriously to low internet connection. Unless we're not completing every lap as before, as the sun roll might able to went completely down, it does stand still, as we're going to be doing for such as pretty more laps as we know it. We're going to be doing for such as pretty long laps, as we don't have any real life threatens to do like this. As car of tomorrow, we're going to be speeding around, as we don't know how that we absolutely going to be doing for a top speed, but our first battles, which is kind not work as pretty as much as all. Hit the wall for the second time, as oh no, this is not really good as well, as because in the first battle, which is absolutely I might able to fighting with the king, as with others not so much as well. It's not going to be threatened so much, as we're speeding throughout for 200 miles per hour, which is going to be a very slow for a various moment, until we're going to be hitting out for 198 miles per hour, that we're going to be hitting for our drafting systems completed with other back inside of the vehicle, and snowball riding as even possible. And this should be taking a very long time, because my internet connection is gladly unstable, and it is gonna be worse for this one. And the lap time has been failed, and hitting through for lap number 8 as well, as we're not hitting through this fast. Even 119 miles per hour is absolutely pretty not good for a top speed as well. It is the lowest speed. It might be able to get faster than generation 7 for our next generation cars with GT3 spec tires or rims, as we expectively they're gonna be doing for a little bit fast. This is the 2021 tires of industry, as we took a little bit fast, as we're not doing for a little bit so, as we're gonna be still speeding low, as we're gonna be doing for a little bit of one stuff until over 300 subscriber event, until 400 subscribers. We're gonna be doing for our next generations of these ones. Until lap number 9, we're gonna be completely, it's still establishing top speeds of exceeding of 190 miles an hour. As you're gonna be seeing around for some kind of laps, it's taking for a very long whatsoever, but not pretty much as well. As you're gonna be doing for some kind of, we have in lap number 9, but we're completely finished in 8 laps time. Here comes lap number 12, as we're going to be speeding around throughout this one, as we're on lap number 12 for our white flag is even the final lap that we ever expected like before. As we're going to be going inside, I make sure this is not going to be going into a threat, or just going to be hitting throughout for 93 miles an hour, which is the top speed humor of these cars. whenever it is, of the top speed of some other NASCAR vehicles will be 200 miles an hour, which is a perfect top speed of insanely for over 200 miles per hour is gonna be perfect for this one. I'm gonna be going inside down here, and as you can see that I might able to get touching the yellow lane as even possible, but going even to touch around for the yellow lane, it won't be impossible for enough. And looks like we have finishing and taking advantage to get down here and finished all 12 laps, as we never know about this one. It looks like the road course is absolutely closed, and because except the bus stop, we have 4 here today, as we're going to be doing for a lot of reliable stuff, as we're going to get down into this a little bit for once again. So if you're going to be enjoying for this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click that bell, as we never going to be know about this situation, about this only one strategy that we're going to be seeing around the lap times as before. As we're going to be seeing around this route, I must see the lap times, that I must decelerate one vehicle, as we're going to be doing around to see like this one, as we're slowing down this one vehicle in one opportunity, which is I'm going to be slow down and slow even faster, as we seen around for a last couple of lap times as we get out of this vehicle, as we seen around for the lap times as we went before. Our laps last time in lap number 5, and because of exactly which is the fastest, let me know in the comments. We have something kind of fastest lap and the world's fastest lap, whatever we do, for our 53 seconds, as we're gonna be doing for a little bit for our very fastest lap times. The fastest lap times is 7:50, which is the most fastest lap times we never seen. And the most fastest lap times whatever all time that before is 53.746. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell. As always, thanks for watching, and my lap times is going to be pretty good, and I just suggest that the 190 miles per hour is not enough, because it was absolutely enough for 200 miles per hour. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to be signing off until later on.